Imagine a world dominated by colossal creatures, capable of walking, flying, and swimming in the most remote corners of the planet. For over 160 million years, dinosaurs ruled supreme, shaping ecosystems and adapting to Earth's diverse conditions. Then, suddenly, everything changed. A catastrophic event so immense that, in a matter of cosmic moments, it ended an entire era and opened the door to the rise of a new order of life. But what really happened on that fateful day, 66 million years ago? Was the impact of an asteroid the sole reason for the disappearance of these majestic creatures? Or was it a combination of climate and ecological changes that truly caused the dinosaurs' demise? In this video, we will dive deep into the fascinating enigma of the dinosaurs' extinction, exploring not only the catastrophic impact of the Chicxulub asteroid, but also the devastating aftereffects that turned Earth into an inhospitable environment. Discover how small mammals survived the chaos, how the skies and seas were home to equally impressive predators, and how the legacy of the dinosaurs still echoes in our modern lives. Get ready for a journey through time, filled with scientific discoveries and surprising twists, as we unravel the final breaths of a civilization that once ruled the world. Stay with us until the end, because you're about to understand the profound impact this event had on Earth's past and how it continues to shape our present. What really killed the dinosaurs? Let's find out together. The extinction of the dinosaurs is one of the greatest mysteries in the history of life on Earth. For over 160 million years, these creatures dominated the planet, adapting to different environments and becoming the largest and most powerful animals ever to live. However, about 66 million years ago, the scene changed dramatically. What caused the mass extinction that led to the fall of the dinosaur empire? The main explanation for the sudden and nearly total extinction of the dinosaurs involves a cataclysmic event: the impact of a giant asteroid. The most widely accepted culprit for this extinction is the impact of an asteroid about 10 kilometers in diameter, which struck Earth in what is now the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico, creating the Chicxulub crater. This event, which occurred at the end of the Cretaceous period, was so devastating that it transformed Earth's climate and triggered a series of radical environmental changes that wiped out nearly 75% of the planet's species, including all non-avian dinosaurs. The collision released a colossal amount of energy, equivalent to billions of times the power of an atomic bomb. The impact created a crater over 180 kilometers in diameter and was followed by a series of catastrophic effects. A cloud of dust and debris was thrown into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and causing drastic global cooling, known as the impact winter. This led to the collapse of food chains, as the lack of sunlight prevented plants from photosynthesizing, which in turn affected all herbivores and, by extension, the carnivores that depended on them. The asteroid's impact also triggered massive wildfires, releasing even more toxic gases into the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide and sulfur. These gases, in combination with the dust and debris from the impact, created a global winter that may have lasted months, possibly even years. With the sky covered by a thick layer of particles, Earth's temperature plummeted, creating an inhospitable environment for most forms of life. The sudden cooling would have decreased food production, both for plants and herbivores, affecting the entire food chain. In addition, the oceans also suffered serious impacts. Cooling and changes in water chemistry led to ocean acidification, affecting marine life such as corals and other marine organisms, which were the basis of food for many species. For many life forms like the dinosaurs, these effects made survival impossible. Besides the drastic cooling, the release of gases like carbon dioxide may have caused a subsequent greenhouse effect, leading to a sharp rise in temperatures after the global winter. This catastrophic effect, combined with the initial cooling, created a highly unstable environment with extreme and unpredictable climate changes. These transformations didn't just affect the dinosaurs, but also impacted the flora and fauna of the time, leading to the mass extinction of many species that were not adapted to the extreme conditions. However, some species, like birds, which are direct descendants of dinosaurs, managed to survive, likely due to their ability to quickly adapt to the new environment. The Chicxulub impact was undoubtedly the main trigger for the dinosaurs' demise, but it was not the only factor. During the last millions of years of the Mesozoic era, Earth was already undergoing a series of environmental stresses, such as sea level changes, intense volcanic activity, and climate fluctuations. These factors were already affecting ecosystems, creating a scenario where many dinosaurs were under pressure before the impact. Volcanic eruptions, especially those that occurred in the Deccan Traps in what is now the Indian subcontinent, were already releasing large amounts of gases that altered the climate and contributed to ocean acidification. When the asteroid collided, it intensified these extreme conditions, making life even more unsustainable for many species, including the dinosaurs. The extinction caused by the Chicxulub impact was not just a tragedy for the dinosaurs, but also for a wide range of other life forms. Numerous marine species, such as ammonites and large marine reptiles like plesiosaurs and ichthyosaurs, also disappeared, while many species of plants and insects collapsed. The extinction caused a major reshuffling of ecosystems, with the death of animals that had dominated for millions of years, making room for new groups of living beings. Interestingly, not all dinosaurs went extinct. Birds, direct descendants of dinosaurs, survived the catastrophe and thrived in the post-extinction conditions. While many giant carnivorous dinosaurs did not survive, groups like birds quickly adapted, occupying ecological niches once dominated by other dinosaurs. Additionally, the mass extinction paved the way for mammals. Without the fierce competition from dinosaurs, mammals began to rapidly diversify, exploring new niches and eventually becoming the dominant fauna on Earth. This post-extinction period was crucial for the evolution of mammals and ultimately for the emergence of humans. The extinction of the dinosaurs, which occurred around 66 million years ago, remains one of the greatest enigmas in Earth's history. While the impact of an asteroid is widely accepted as the main culprit for the end of these majestic creatures, many scientists believe that the climatic effects following the impact were even more decisive in the mass extinction. What really killed the dinosaurs? Was it only the catastrophic impact of the asteroid, or a combination of extreme climatic factors that followed the event? Let's explore how changes in climate and ecosystems after the impact contributed to the end of the dinosaurs. The Chicxulub asteroid impact, with its colossal release of energy, did not only cause immediate and local damage. It had global climatic effects, creating what scientists call the impact winter. This term describes the drastic global cooling caused by the giant cloud of dust, soot, and debris that was launched into the atmosphere. This material covered the planet, blocking sunlight and drastically reducing Earth's temperature. The immediate cooling was so severe that some studies suggest temperatures may have dropped by several degrees Celsius, creating extremely cold climatic conditions, especially in the first months and even years after the impact. This global winter had devastating consequences for the dinosaurs and other life forms. Plants, the fundamental base of food chains, were unable to perform photosynthesis due to the lack of sunlight. This resulted in the destruction of entire ecosystems, directly affecting herbivores and, consequently, the predators that depended on these herbivores for food. With the scarcity of food, the survival of the dinosaurs became increasingly difficult. Although the initial cooling was the most immediate effect, it didn't take long for the gases released by the impact and the volcanic eruptions associated with the collision to begin modifying the climate in even more complex ways. Among the primary gases were carbon dioxide, CO2, and sulfur. Carbon dioxide, a potent greenhouse gas, began to accumulate in the atmosphere, trapping heat and causing global warming. This phenomenon became known as the post-impact greenhouse effect. This subsequent global warming was so severe that it further altered ecosystems. Earth's temperature, which had initially dropped drastically, began to rise rapidly, creating an unstable and hostile environment. Global temperatures may have reached levels much higher than normal, leading to a series of additional problems: droughts, loss of potable water, and increased ocean acidification. Another significant climatic effect caused by gas emissions and the release of chemicals was the acidification of the oceans. The carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere dissolved in seawater, forming carbonic acid and decreasing the water's pH. This had a devastating impact on marine species, especially those that relied on calcium-based structures, such as corals, mollusks, and other marine organisms. With the drastic alteration of the water's pH, many of these organisms could not survive, leading to a collapse in many marine food chains. The disappearance of large numbers of marine species, in turn, affected the animals that depended on them, creating a mass extinction cycle that spread across both terrestrial and marine environments. Although the impact was an immediate and catastrophic event, its effects were not transient. The global warming that followed the impact continued to alter Earth's climate for centuries. In the long term, this resulted in increased desertification, the proliferation of wildfires, and a decline in vegetation areas that sustained the lives of many herbivorous dinosaurs. Furthermore, the lack of natural resources and the destruction of animal habitats helped accelerate the extinction process. With an unstable and unpredictable environment, the dinosaurs, which had dominated Earth for over 160 million years, could not adapt quickly to the new conditions, while other life forms, such as birds, small mammals, and some reptiles, managed to survive and diversify. Therefore, the extinction of the dinosaurs cannot be attributed to a single factor, but rather to a combination of extreme climatic events that occurred after the Chicxulub impact. The immediate global cooling, followed by extreme warming and ocean acidification, created a scenario where the dinosaurs, despite their impressive adaptation to various environments throughout the Mesozoic era, could not withstand such drastic changes. These climatic effects, combined with environmental changes and the loss of biodiversity, resulted in the extinction of an impressive number of species. However, the life forms that survived the impact, such as birds and mammals, eventually filled the ecological niches left by the extinctions, marking the beginning of a new era of evolution that would culminate in the modern world. Today, the study of the post-impact climatic effects and their relationship to the extinction of the dinosaurs remains an area of intense scientific interest. Understanding how the dinosaurs reacted to these radical climatic changes not only helps us understand the end of these majestic creatures, but also aids in predicting how modern organisms might respond to extreme climatic changes, especially at a time when we are living through human-induced global warming. The end of the dinosaurs, therefore, is not just a fascinating chapter in Earth's history, but a reminder of how vulnerable climatic and ecological systems can be to catastrophic changes. When the cataclysm brought about by the Chicxulub asteroid impact turned Earth into a hostile and unstable environment, the extinction of the dinosaurs seemed like an inevitable consequence. What seemed unthinkable to many happened. The dominant giants of Earth vanished, making way for a new era of evolution. But while the dinosaurs succumbed to a devastated environment, mammals, creatures that had lived in the shadow of the great reptiles, survived and began to diversify in unexpected ways. How did this happen? How did small mammals manage to overcome the cataclysm and thrive in a transformed world? Before the impact and the extinction of the dinosaurs, mammals were relatively small, nocturnal, and discreet creatures. They occupied restricted ecological niches and generally kept away from the large predators. Mammals were mostly herbivores or small carnivores, adapted to live in environments where dinosaurs dominated, but without a significant presence in the larger food chains. Many of the early mammals had characteristics that helped them avoid the attention of larger predators, such as the dinosaurs. They were mostly nocturnal, with dietary and behavioral habits that kept them off the radar of carnivorous dinosaurs. Their small and agile bodies, along with the ability to shelter in burrows or dense vegetation, allowed them to survive in a dangerous and competitive world. However, the true story of the mammal's survival begins with the end of the age of dinosaurs. When the Chicxulub asteroid collided with Earth, the impact was a global event of unimaginable proportions. The explosion released an amount of energy equivalent to billions of atomic bombs, radically altering the planet's climate. Temperatures dropped drastically, and the subsequent climatic effects, such as global cooling, lack of sunlight, and excessive warming, created an environment where many life forms could not adapt. The extinction of the dinosaurs was brutal, but it also meant the opening of new ecological niches. While the large reptiles went extinct, small creatures like mammals seized the opportunity to grow and diversify. Despite the global collapse that affected most life forms, the surviving mammals exhibited some crucial characteristics for their persistence: resilience and small size. Most mammals at the time were small, which gave them a significant advantage. Small animals require fewer resources to survive and can find shelter more easily. This gave them an edge during times of food scarcity, when large herbivores and carnivores were disappearing. Efficient metabolism. Mammals, with their warm-blooded metabolism, were able to regulate their body temperature more effectively than dinosaurs, which were predominantly cold-blooded. This meant that, even with the sharp temperature drop after the impact, mammals could survive in colder environments, while dinosaurs struggled to adapt to the new climate. Ability to adapt to the environment. Many mammals were omnivores or opportunistic feeders, eating a wide range of food resources. They could feed on plants, insects, carrion, or even small vertebrates, which gave them a huge advantage in an environment where the food chain was completely destabilized. Their varied diet allowed them to adapt to different conditions, while dinosaurs depended on more specific food sources. Shelter and nocturnal behavior. Another characteristic that helped mammals survive was their nocturnal behavior and ability to shelter in protected environments, such as caves or burrows. This behavior helped them avoid the excessive heat and intense solar radiation that followed the asteroid impact. Additionally, many mammals had a small offspring output and adapted quickly to new environments. Rapid reproduction. One key to the success of mammals after the dinosaurs' extinction was their ability to reproduce quickly. While dinosaurs generally had a large-scale reproductive strategy, with eggs that took time to develop, mammals, for the most part, had shorter gestation periods and took better care of their young. This allowed them to reproduce at a faster rate, helping them establish a stable population base quickly. After the extinction of the dinosaurs, mammals not only survived, but began to diversify rapidly. The absence of large predators and the wide availability of new ecological niches created an ideal scenario for adaptive radiation. During the first millions of years after the extinction, mammals began to occupy a variety of habitats, from dense forests to open prairies, and evolved into an impressive diversity of forms and sizes. Some mammals became large herbivores, while others specialized in hunting and became predators. Many also adapted to fly like bats or live in the sea like whales. This diversification was crucial for the dominance of mammals in both terrestrial and marine ecosystems, eventually leading to the rise of modern mammals, including humans. While land-dwelling dinosaurs are undoubtedly the most well-known and iconic, there is a vast world of creatures that dominated the skies and seas during the age of the dinosaurs. While the lands were filled with giants like the Tyrannosaurus rex and Triceratops, the seas and skies were also home to formidable predators. Many of these creatures, often referred to as sea dinosaurs and flying dinosaurs, were not actually dinosaurs in the strict sense of the word, but rather belonged to groups that lived during the same era. However, their impact and abilities as predators were extraordinary, and what we know about them opens up a fascinating chapter in the natural history of the Earth. When we think of marine dinosaurs, the first image that comes to mind is probably of immense creatures like the plesiosaur or the ichthyosaur, which dominated the seas during the Mesozoic era. Although these animals were not dinosaurs in the technical sense, they were marine reptiles, distant relatives of land-dwelling dinosaurs. They were nonetheless formidable predators and coexisted with the large dinosaurs we know today. Plesiosaurs. Plesiosaurs are some of the most iconic sea creatures of the dinosaur era. With their incredibly long necks, small heads, and robust bodies, these reptiles were hunters adapted to the aquatic environment. Their most notable feature was their extremely long neck, which could be 20 to 30 feet long, depending on the species, and allowed them to hunt a wide variety of prey at varying depths of the ocean. Plesiosaurs were carnivores and fed primarily on fish and marine invertebrates. Their body shape, with four robust flippers, allowed them to swim efficiently despite their seemingly clumsy appearance. They used these flippers to maneuver in a turtle-like manner, but with impressive agility to catch their prey. Their ability to hunt in deeper areas also made them successful and dangerous predators in the sea. Ichthyosaurs. Ichthyosaurs were marine reptiles that resembled dolphins, with hydrodynamic bodies and powerful tails. These reptiles evolved to be perfectly adapted to the aquatic environment, with a tapered head shape ideal for hunting fish and other fast-moving sea creatures. Ichthyosaurs were notable for their speed and agility, with some species reaching speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour. Their adaptations allowed them to become extremely efficient predatory hunters, and their sharp teeth were perfect for catching fish, squid, and other small marine animals. During the Triassic and Jurassic periods, these animals dominated the seas, establishing themselves as the largest marine predators of the time. Mosasaurs. Another group of marine reptiles that coexisted with land-dwelling dinosaurs were the mosasaurs, predators that dominated the oceans during the Cretaceous. Similar in appearance to crocodiles, but with leaner bodies and long, muscular tails, mosasaurs were highly specialized hunters. They fed on a wide range of prey, including fish, cephalopods, and even other marine reptiles. Their mouths full of sharp teeth and their ability to swim at high speeds made them unbeatable predators in their environment. If the seas were the domain of marine reptiles, the skies were under the control of another group of extraordinary creatures, the pterosaurs. Although often mistaken for dinosaurs, pterosaurs were actually flying reptiles that did not belong to the same lineage as land-dwelling dinosaurs. However, their presence in the same era and their role as aerial predators make them an essential chapter in the history of life during the Mesozoic. Pterosaurs. Pterosaurs were flying reptiles that evolved an impressive diversity of shapes and sizes. Some pterosaurs, such as the giant Quetzalcoatlus, reached wingspans of up to 10 meters, making them the largest flying animals of all time. These predators probably hunted in the air, feeding on fish and small vertebrates. Pteranodon, one of the best-known species, is believed to have flown close to water, using its long beak to catch fish as it glided. Other pterosaurs were smaller and more agile, with wings that extended from long membranes of skin supported by an elongated finger. These predators were fast and efficient, hunting insects or even small dinosaurs, depending on their size and habitat. The diversity of shapes among pterosaurs shows how evolution has adapted them to different ecological niches, from fish hunters to aerial hunters of terrestrial prey. What makes marine dinosaurs and pterosaurs so fascinating is the way their evolutionary adaptations made them incredibly effective predators in their respective habitats. Marine dinosaurs, such as plesiosaurs and ichthyosaurs, were adapted for aquatic life with exceptional swimming abilities, fast hunting, and a diverse range of prey. Pterosaurs, on the other hand, dominated the skies, becoming a mix of fast predators, flying predators, and even opportunistic hunters, depending on their species. Both groups, although not considered land dinosaurs, illustrate the vast adaptive potential of reptiles during the Mesozoic era. Their presence in the seas and the skies, alongside the land giants, confirms the extraordinary diversity of life forms that flourished during this period. Dinosaurs may have disappeared from the face of the Earth more than 65 million years ago, but their legacy continues to profoundly influence our modern world. Although these giants of the past no longer walk among us, their contributions to the planet and to living beings today are countless. Directly or indirectly, dinosaurs are still present in many aspects of our daily lives, whether in biology, popular culture, or even in the environmental changes we witness. The most direct legacy of dinosaurs can be found in the bird kingdom. Modern birds are, in fact, the direct descendants of a group of theropod dinosaurs. Archaeopteryx, a species that lived in the late Jurassic, is one of the most famous examples of this evolutionary transition. With dinosaur characteristics such as teeth and a long tail, and bird characteristics such as feathers and wings, Archaeopteryx represents the missing link between dinosaurs and birds. Fossil evidence, including the anatomy of modern birds, confirms that theropod dinosaurs such as Velociraptor and Tyrannosaurus were closely related to birds. Their hollow bones, body shape, and even certain behaviors, such as incubation of eggs, are traces of these ancient creatures that once dominated the Earth. So when we see a bird flying through the sky, we are actually witnessing a direct legacy of one of the most successful groups of dinosaurs in the history of the planet. The study of dinosaurs, or paleontology, is one of the most fascinating and dynamic scientific fields today. Dinosaurs' impact on the natural sciences goes far beyond simple fossil discoveries. They have helped reshape many of our ideas about evolution, extinction, and even the history of life on Earth. For example, dinosaurs have sparked fundamental debates about the theory of evolution. The discovery of dinosaur fossils helped to bring Charles Darwin's ideas to the fore by showing how living things could adapt and evolve over millions of years, leading to the formation of new species. Dinosaurs also play a crucial role in stratigraphy, the science of studying the layers of the Earth. Using dinosaur fossils, scientists can date different geological periods and better understand how the planet has changed over time. The extinction of the dinosaurs has also provided valuable insights into the natural processes that affect biodiversity. Studying how and why dinosaurs disappeared has helped scientists understand the effects of climate change and natural disasters, such as asteroid impacts, on the Earth's ecological balance. Dinosaurs are not only a vital part of natural history, but they are also part of our popular culture. From early Hollywood films to modern depictions in video games, books, and TV shows, dinosaurs continue to capture our imagination. Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, for example, took the idea of dinosaurs to a new level of popularity, stimulating interest in paleontology and biology. In addition, the popularization of dinosaurs as gigantic and powerful creatures helped create a fascinating narrative of exploration and scientific discovery that endures to this day. Dinosaur representations in art also play an important educational role, helping younger generations learn about prehistory and understand complex concepts such as evolution and extinction. Children grow up watching cartoons, movies, and reading books about dinosaurs, creating a lasting connection with these animals that dominated the planet for millions of years. Although the dinosaurs are gone, many of the ecological principles they helped establish are still valid today. During the age of the dinosaurs, predators and prey formed complex food chains, with each species playing a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. The extinctions and evolutions of dinosaurs shaped ecosystems in such a way that these patterns of interaction between living things are still present in many modern ecosystems. The disappearance of the dinosaurs paved the way for the dominance of other life forms, such as mammals, which eventually evolved into humans. This transition, however, was not simply a matter of one species being replaced by another. It represented a change in the types of ecological structures and the ecological niches that came to be occupied by new groups of animals. For example, with the extinction of large herbivorous dinosaurs, other animals, such as herbivorous mammals, began to fill the void, establishing new dynamics in many regions of the Earth. In addition, the extinction of the dinosaurs also helped to shape the environment that allowed the emergence of modern forests and their associated fauna. The destruction of large Cretaceous creatures, such as the Tyrannosaurus and giant herbivores, altered the course of plant and animal evolution, creating space for the development of new species that would dominate the faunas of the future. Interestingly, the legacy of dinosaurs also extends beyond Earth. During space missions, scientists are often faced with the need to understand how life could adapt to other planets or extreme environments. Studying dinosaur extinctions and the conditions that allowed their rise and fall offers crucial clues to understanding how life forms might respond to radical environmental changes. The concept of mass extinctions that wipe out large swaths of biodiversity has implications for the survival of life forms on other planets. Investigations into the natural catastrophes that wiped out the dinosaurs, such as the impact of a large asteroid, provide lessons that can be applied to the search for life on other worlds or to protecting Earth from potential cosmic impacts. The age of dinosaurs, which lasted for over 160 million years, represented a period of absolute dominance over the Earth. During this time, dinosaurs evolved into an incredible diversity of shapes and sizes, occupying virtually every possible ecological niche, from the forest floor to the skies and seas. However, like every age, the age of dinosaurs also came to an end. This end was one of the most cataclysmic events in Earth's history, and its cause is still debated by scientists. But one thing is certain. The impact of this event was so profound that it reshaped life on the planet and paved the way for a new era. The end of the dinosaurs occurred approximately 66 million years ago, at the end of the Cretaceous, and is marked by a mass extinction event known as the Cretaceous-Paleogene (KPG) extinction. This event resulted in the extinction of approximately 75% of all terrestrial and marine species, including all non-avian dinosaurs. But what caused the death of so many life forms, including these dominant creatures? Scientists have two main hypotheses that could have caused this abrupt extinction. The most widely accepted theory is that a large asteroid or comet impacted. This impact would have released an immense amount of energy, creating forest fires, releasing toxic gases, generating a global winter and blocking sunlight for months or even years, resulting in a drastic drop in temperatures and the interruption of photosynthesis cycles. Evidence of a massive impact has been found in a thin layer of iridium, a metal rare on Earth but common in asteroids, that marks the extinction event. In addition, a series of massive volcanic eruptions, known as the Deccan Traps, also contributed to the conditions that triggered the extinction. These volcanoes would have released enormous amounts of greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, drastically altering the Earth's climate, with global warming and ocean acidification. The extinction was an event of such magnitude that it altered the very structure of the global ecosystem. The blockage of sunlight would have caused a global cooling, which would have resulted in a drastic reduction in the amount of food available to herbivores. Without photosynthesis, plants would have died, directly affecting the food chain. With food shortages, many herbivorous dinosaurs would not have been able to survive, and consequently the carnivores that depended on them would also have disappeared. Climate change, food shortages, and global cooling caused an almost total collapse of ecosystems. But dinosaurs were not the only ones affected. Many other species of marine and terrestrial animals also disappeared, including many marine reptiles, ammonites, and pterosaurs. However, some life forms, such as mammals, birds, which are direct descendants of dinosaurs, and other more adaptable groups of animals, managed to survive, changing the course of evolution towards what we would know as the age of mammals. Despite the catastrophe that wiped out most of the dinosaurs, some survivors persisted. Avian dinosaurs, the ancestors of modern birds, were the only dinosaurs to make it through this extinction event. These small dinosaurs, likely adapted for flight, survived the extinction event, probably due to their ability to move quickly, find new habitats, and eat a varied diet. Today, birds are considered the only direct descendants of dinosaurs to survive the extinction. In addition, some groups of marine reptiles, such as crocodiles, also made it through this transition, continuing to thrive in rivers, lakes, and oceans. However, the vast majority of dinosaurs, with their gigantic forms and specialized lifestyles, became extinct. The collapse of these ecosystems led to the loss of countless species of dinosaurs that, over millions of years, had adapted and dominated the Earth in unique ways. When we look at the end of the dinosaurs, we are not just witnessing the extinction of a species or group of animals. We are witnessing the end of a civilization. As much as we may think of dinosaurs as biological beings, their story is more than the sum of their bones and footprints. They dominated the planet, adapting to an astonishing variety of habitats and lifestyles. And when the extinction event came, it was as if an entire civilization had been obliterated. The disappearance of the dinosaurs paved the way for new groups of animals to flourish. Mammals, which had been small nocturnal creatures during the age of the dinosaurs, began to diversify rapidly, taking the place of the giants of the Cretaceous. This was the turning point for the rise of mammals, which would culminate in the emergence of species such as primates and, eventually, humans. However, the extinction of the dinosaurs was not a simple erasure of life. It was the catalyst for the emergence of new evolutionary processes. The space left by the dinosaurs was filled by new species, which evolved rapidly to fill the ecological niches left behind. This is a clear example of what we call adaptive radiation, when the extinction of one group of organisms paves the way for the evolution of new life forms, which diversify rapidly to fill the gaps left by their extinct counterparts. Although the dinosaurs disappeared 66 million years ago, their legacy is far from forgotten. Fossils found in excavations around the world are testaments to a distant but vibrant past. Each fossilized bone, each preserved footprint, tells the story of these magnificent beings that dominated the Earth for more than 160 million years. In addition, the impact of dinosaurs on the planet remains present in more subtle ways. Dinosaurs influenced the evolution of many modern species, including birds and even certain groups of reptiles. And in the world of science, their extinction remains one of the greatest mysteries to be unraveled, fueling curiosity and paleontological research to this day. Therefore, the end of the age of dinosaurs is not an end point, but a continuation of the history of life on Earth. They disappeared, but their legacy lives on in the species that survived, in the landscapes they transformed, and above all, in the fossils that allow us to study and understand their history. The last breath of the dinosaurs was, in fact, the first breath of a new era, marked by the emergence of new life forms and the eternal human fascination with these extraordinary creatures. The history of dinosaurs, from their rise to their tragic end, is a fascinating journey that connects us with a distant past, but still very present. For more than 160 million years, these beings dominated the planet, adapting to practically all ecosystems, becoming the giants of an Earth that, at that time, was completely different from the one we know today. Their extinction, caused by cataclysms that irreversibly altered the climate and ecosystems, marked the end of an era. But, contrary to what one might think, the end of the dinosaurs was not a simple full stop. It was the beginning of a new phase in the history of life on Earth. The fall of the dinosaurs made way for new forms of life to flourish. Mammals, birds, and other groups that survived the extinction came to dominate the ecosystems. Evolution continued its course, and the planet was transformed, but dinosaurs, in one way or another, continue to live among us. Their most direct descendants, birds, still soar through the skies, and the lessons of their extinction offer precious insights into the resilience of life and the natural processes that shape our world. What makes dinosaurs so fascinating is that, despite their extinction tens of millions of years ago, their legacy continues to intrigue and challenge us. The fossils they left behind are not just petrified bones and teeth. They're pieces of a complex puzzle that continues to be pieced together by scientists around the world. With each new discovery, with each new analysis, new details about the lives of dinosaurs and the reasons for their disappearance emerge, fueling the mystery that surrounds them. And perhaps this is precisely what makes dinosaurs an eternal part of Earth's history. The fact that, even after their extinction, they continue to spark our curiosity and inspire an endless search for answers. Science, like a beacon of knowledge, never ceases to illuminate the darkest corners of this story. And even when we think we have found all the answers, new questions arise, keeping the mystery alive and well. The end of dinosaurs does not mean the end of their presence in our imagination. They continue to be the protagonists not only of books, films, and documentaries, but also of scientific research, which seeks to understand not only what happened to them, but what we can learn from their disappearance. As human beings, we are equally vulnerable to the natural forces that they faced. By studying the past, we can better understand the future, and perhaps find ways to avoid the same mistakes. So while dinosaurs have disappeared from the Earth, their memory and the legacies they left behind will never die. The mystery of how they lived, how they dominated the planet, and what really caused their demise is an enigma that continues to fascinate us. By exploring the mysteries of dinosaurs, we are not only unearthing ancient bones, but also reflecting on the very nature of life, extinction, and evolution. What dinosaurs teach us is that even in the face of extinction, life reinvents itself, adapts, and moves on. And in a sense, they were never really gone. They live on through us in science, in the birds that fly, and in the immense and inexhaustible mystery that their history has left us. The mystery of dinosaurs, like life itself, never dies. It persists, transforms, and reinvents itself as new generations of scientists and curious people seek to understand the past. The end of the age of dinosaurs, then, is not an end, but a new beginning, a journey of discovery that will continue to fascinate us for a long time to come.